Okay, well, the last formal bit for the day, I'd like to invite Melissa up to give the wind-up of the day. Thanks very much, Melissa.
I think if only all the days that I went to work were quite as inspiring as today, to be able to hear from women who have worked in fields where they have faced challenges through their gender, through their experience, and just through ignorance of the people that they have worked with, has been really inspiring to me, and I've been enormously pleased to be able to take part in this. I think I thought I'd just talk about some of the themes that have emerged from today, and the first one that really occurred to me is it's amazing how much the toilet makes a difference in terms of people's access to jobs. I remember actually during the discussion about women in combat positions, there was a lot of talk about, well, if women are at the front line, how will they go to the toilet, and won't that be, a bit awkward? And a lot of the women who were in those positions went, that's probably the last thing we're worried about. And this idea that we're so precious that if there isn't a special toilet with one of those ladies with a little dress on it in front waiting for us, we can't possibly be in a workplace, is sort of underlines a lot of those challenges that we face. And thank you very much for laughing. I felt making a joke after Fiona was probably very risky. However, so those are the things that are those structural challenges that you face, and that understanding and those perceptions. Women can pretty much go to the toilet anyway, where we can also kind of cope with getting dirty at times. Some women, guess what, are a lot stronger than some men. Physical challenges are not something that necessarily removes women from the capacity to participate in a certain occupation. My partner actually is a lecturer at ADFA, and he often, when they have a debate about women in combat, points to two people in the room, the wimpiest guy and the strongest girl, and he'll say, so who do you reckon's going to win the arm wrestle? And it's a challenge to people to realise, not every woman is the same as every man, as each other. We are all very different, and we will all be able to do different things in a workplace. Other things that came up again today, how important are dads in making sure that women have access to non-traditional roles? I think it is interesting that this came up a number of times, and I'd be fascinated to learn how many women are guided by that idea. I know my dad was completely, we had a cupboard door that didn't get fixed for 20 years. Probably one of the reasons why I myself am so unhandy. However, I do have hope for my nieces because their father is an electrical engineer who's constantly fixing things. So there you go. Those kinds of things are important. But the approval and the support of the people that you work with, the people who are your friends and your family, is clearly incredibly important no matter what career you choose. And I think the other thing that came out is that idea that as women, we really need to support each other. Being in a non-traditional workplace is not easy, and it is more crushing if the women that you are dealing with there treat you poorly for it. We should all try and commit to supporting each other and supporting other women who want to make a difference and who want to enter into into the same territory as us. They're not a threat to us. They're our sisters. They're our natural allies. And supporting women in non-traditional roles and supporting women at all times is something that we should absolutely do, and something that I really firmly believe in. Mentoring, support, being able to take people forward. But that doesn't count the men out or let them off. I think men still also have a huge responsibility to play in supporting women's choices, whether it's the choice of their daughter, their sister, their wife, their friend that they know, a person who is new to their workplace who is a woman. It's good to have those kinds of non-traditional roles supported and that support reinforced. We need to look at structures that around equity, around workplace systematic discrimination. Those are important as well, but we also need to deal with perceptions. I think the work that people like SALT are doing is amazing, and I was really impressed to hear about the kind of things that we're seeing in major power companies like Ausgrid and Essential Energy and ActuAGL. It's fantastic to hear them taking advantage of their abilities to try and start making a difference to help women join each other. I wholly endorse the call for a women's network, but it is true that having access to power, having access to the people who have the ability to make decisions is also important. I think there are a number of different roles that a women's network can play, and it would be great to see one in this sector playing a number of those. Supporting and mentoring, providing opportunities, being able to raise and address structural inequity, and also ensuring that the men who are involved in decision-making positions within the industry understand what those challenges are. Once again, I want to congratulate EOS on its work in putting together a conference like this, and I really do hope that I'll be able to come next year and hear some of the things that have happened in the meantime. I also want to say that I was awed and inspired by all of the speakers today, and I think that it's brilliant to hear that women can do different things and can take different roles and can make a real mark in their industry and on other people around them. So congratulations to everyone here, and thank you very much for such an inspiring day.